In the summer of 2014, the German national football team stood atop the world. They hoisted the World Cup trophy in Rio, setting a modern standard for ruthless, mechanical dominance on the pitch. But that peak was followed by a sharp, confusing decline. For 12 long years, across multiple tournaments, a squad historically known for deep tournament runs struggled to scrape past the group stage. By the time the 2026 squad stepped onto the global stage, they were carrying a heavy historical anchor. Every player wearing the shirt knew they were being judged against a standard they hadn't come close to meeting in over a decade. They didn't arrive in North America as intimidating titans. They arrived as a vulnerable collective, facing immense pressure to prove that German football hadn't permanently lost its edge. The true test of that edge arrived in Toronto on June 21, 2026. This was a crucial group stage match, and a loss meant an early flight home. Standing in their way was Ivory Coast. The Ivorians brought a highly organized, imposing defensive shape designed to absorb pressure and choke out attacking lanes. 30 minutes in, the trap snapped shut. Frank Kessie capitalized on an opening to score from close range, putting Ivory Coast up 1-0. Suddenly, Germany was staring at a brick wall. Their passing sequences broke down in the final third, entirely unable to thread the ball through the dense, disciplined Ivorian defensive block. Standard overlapping runs and crosses were easily cleared away. The minutes ticked down toward the final whistle, and panic started to ripple through the squad as their initial game plan completely fell apart. Trailing late in the match meant they were looking directly at an all-too-familiar outcome. The 12-year drought was actively repeating itself in real time. The solution came from the bench. Midway through the second half, the manager signaled for Deniz Undav. Undav isn't captain reserve because he lacks starting quality. He operates as a highly specific tactical tool, intentionally held back until the opposition's legs grow heavy and their concentration wanes. This chart shows Undav's massive efficiency spike compared to starting international forwards, scoring 9 goals in 8 appearances as a substitute. By injecting maximum sprinting intensity against defenders who have logged 70 grueling minutes, a high-velocity runner completely fractures a static backline. Deploying him was a calculated move. It was pulling the lever on a statistically proven system designed to manufacture late goals. The math held up. Minutes after stepping onto the pitch, Undav tracked a ball midway through the half and volleyed it home, dragging Germany back to a 1-1 tie. That strike broke the Ivorians' defensive rhythm. Germany instantly dialed up their pressing intensity, forcing turnovers and exploiting the gaps left by an exhausted opposition midfield. As stoppage time began, the atmosphere inside the stadium grew incredibly tense. Both sides knew a single mistake now meant immediate elimination from the tournament. Deep into injury time, Undav found the space he needed again. He finished a clinical sequence with a final, devastating strike to snatch the victory. A 2-1 comeback victory pushed them into the round of 16. It also finally broke the mental block that had kept the team anchored to the group stages since 2014. But the euphoria on the German side was met with a harsh, bitter reaction from the opposing dugout the moment the final whistle blew. The Ivory Coast delegation quickly voiced severe disappointment, officially accusing the German side of a distinct lack of fair play during the frantic closing minutes of the match. The specific tactical fouls and aggressive clock-killing maneuvers Germany used to protect their lead highlight the tension between strict sporting etiquette and the desperate pragmatism required to survive tournament football. This response forces a reevaluation of the current German identity on the pitch. They've traded the clean, flawless mechanics of their past for a gritty, uncompromising approach, where securing the result outweighs concerns over optics. By executing a late tactical reversal, Germany proved they remain a lethal tournament threat. As they advance, they carry both a hyper-efficient scoring weapon and a controversial reputation into the knockout rounds.